All right, in this video, we are going to look at how to solve a system when there are three variables. You can see that each one of these equations has an x. You can also see that they have y's, but unlike the ones that we've been doing before, they also have z's. So we need to figure out how we can use what we know about systems to solve. One of the big things that we know about systems is that we need to figure out values for the variables that will make each one of these equations true. So the x that we figure out for the first one has to work in the second equation, and it also has to work in the third. Same thing for the y's, same thing for the z's. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with an equation where we can easily isolate a variable. Here, I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to try to get x all by itself. I'm going to start right up here. X plus y plus z equals 6. I want the x by itself, so I'm going to minus y from both sides. I want to move this z, so I'm going to minus z from both sides. Those would go away. And I'm going to end up knowing that x equals 6 minus y minus z. And I'm going to use this expression right on here, 6 minus y minus z, everywhere I see an x in the other two equations. That's going to let me have just two variables in the problem that I'm dealing with. So I'm going to focus in on this second equation, but instead of writing x, I'm going to write 6 minus y minus z. So it's 2 times 6 minus y minus z, and everything else stays the same. Plus 4y minus z equals 7. I'm going to do my distribution. 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times negative y is negative 2y. 2 times negative z, 2z, plus 4y minus z equals 7. I'm going to combine my like terms. I'm going to minus the 12 here, minus the 12 here, because I'm moving it to the other side of the equals. I end up with negative 5. And then I'm going to combine negative 2y, remember to take the sign that's right in front of it, and a positive 4y. Negative 2y plus 4y is 2y. And then I have negative 2z minus z, which is negative 3z. And now you can see I have an equation that only has two variables and not three. I'm going to do the same thing for this third equation here. When I get to x, I'm going to write that 6 minus y minus z. All right, so we have 2. X is going to be 6 minus y minus z, and minus the 4y plus the 2z equals 0. Do my distribution magic. 12 minus 2y minus 2z minus 4y plus 2z equals 0. I'll subtract the 12 from this side to move it over here. I get 12, or negative 12, sorry. And then I'm going to combine what I can. Negative 2y, because again, remember, take that sign in front of it, minus 4y, that's negative 6y. And negative 2z and a positive 2z, that's going to get us 0z. If I do that, you'll see that I have negative 6 plus 0z's. 0 times anything is 0. So actually, I'm able to get rid of the z in that problem. Negative 6y equals negative 12. and y equals 2. All right. So if y equals 2, I am now able to use that to help me with some other problems. I'm going to go back to this equation that we figured out earlier. And instead of writing now y, I can write the number 2. So 2 times y, which is 2, minus 3z equals -5. I have 4 minus 3z equals -5. I'll subtract this 4, subtract this 4, -9. Bring down, remember, take that sign with it, -3z equals -9, divide by -3. And I get that z equals 3. Once I have that, I can now go back and figure out what x is. All right, and I'm going to go right on here because x is already by itself. I don't have to move things around. So I know what y is. I know what z is. So x equals 6 minus y, which is 2, minus z, which is 3. 6 minus 2 is 4. 4 minus 3 is 1. So x is 1. I have now solved for all 3 of my variables. When we write our final answer, just like we did x comma y, we're going to do x comma y comma z. So 1, 2, 3. Because x was 1, y was 2, z was 3. And we can check this by just substituting 1, 2, and 3 into our problems. For example, this first one here just adds them all. 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6. If we go to the second one, 2 times x, 2 times 1 is 2. 4 times y, 4 times 2 is 8. Minus z, 2 plus 8 is 10, minus 3. Oh, that equals 7. And last but certainly not least, for the last one, 2 times x, 2 times 1 is 2, minus 4y, 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 times z, 2 times 3 is 6, 2 minus 8 is -6 plus 6. Oh, look, that equals 0. So our answer here is 1, 2, and 3.